Okay, this is getting easier and easier. We don't have to make any changes. We're still using the same things, same graphics, same canvas that we've done in the previous two lessons. And let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about texting. So let's go ahead and add another new text. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the type tool. Let's this time go back to horizontal type tool. Okay, so you do that by clicking on the horizontal type tool there. And then basically you just go ahead and click on an open space. And there's our lorem ipsum again. Okay, this time it is in black. Notice in this case, the foreground here is blue, but the foreground up in the text options bar is black. And this is the one that the text tool listens to. So if you want to change it, you got to change it here. Let's go ahead and give it a nice orange, a little darker orange. There we go. And lorem ipsum, let's go ahead and type something inspirational. Live your best life now. Why not? Okay. So let's go ahead and again, if I move the cursor down a little bit, you'll notice the cursor will change so that we can move the text a little bit. All right. Now, you'll notice that when we look at all this text right here, okay, that some of them are kind of like spread apart a little bit more, or maybe a little bit too narrow, or maybe too, it's up to you. So we want to continue to learn how to control our text. Okay, so now you are awesome. There's really not much wrong with that one, but if you notice that we are studying Photoshop, well, there's a big distance between the we are studying and the Photoshop. So what we want to do is select that layer, alrighty, and go ahead and highlight the text. And then I want to introduce you to this icon right here, okay, which is called toggle the character and paragraph panels. All right, let's do it. Let's click here, and here are the different, here's the two new panels, character and paragraph. We're going to focus on character. And you'll notice that you can basically do the same thing. There's some icons here that are also in the options bar. For instance, this is the text size, so we can actually increase or decrease the text. Let's go ahead and see if we can decrease. We did. And now let's go back to increasing. This one right here, okay, now if you move the cursor over, this one is actually called leading, L-E-A-D-I-N-G. And leading is a distance between words that are on top of each other. Okay, so like, I don't want to say sentences because that's not altogether true, because this is one sentence, but it's basically two words that are on top of each other. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this, and then I'm going to go ahead and notice that by default, it says auto. And you'll also see that if I click on the drop-down menu, there are several numerical values. And if I click on 16, you'll notice that the words have gotten together. And the further out I go, the bigger the number, the further apart they become. But, well, they're still a little bit too close for me. So in this case, I'll highlight, and now I'll manually, see, I'll scrub left, how basically I'm controlling the distance between the text. Okay, there we have it. Now let's go on to another one. Let's go ahead and click on Live Your Best Life Now. And now in this case, you have, I would like to demonstrate another feature. Let's go ahead and highlight Live Your Best Life Now. And this part right here, where you see the V and the A in a like a white block, okay, this is called tracking. And that tracking means the distance between the letters, okay? And so let's watch this, okay? If you click on, now you'll notice the drop-down menu has negative and positive. And of course, right now we are at 0. So if I go to negative 50, look what happens. It comes narrower. When I click on plus 50, it comes apart. Of course, I can manually control it. See, look at that, by kind of like, going left and right. There we go. And I think, there we go. That looks pretty good at a minus 30. Okay, and then I'm going to move this up a little bit, make it look good. Alrighty, and so that's pretty much it. Now, I can go ahead and demonstrate other parts of this paragraph palette. Highlight, you'll notice also that there's a distance between you can stretch the text a little bit by this one, this icon right here, where you have the arrow, vertically scale. Okay, I can stretch it up, stretch it down, whatever I like to do. I can even change the color here. Look at that. I can change it to a blue. Okay, see, you notice how it all changes right in front of me? Okay, I think I'll stick with, well, I forgot what the original, but let's just keep it there. Old age, can't remember things a few seconds ago. Now, here's a really interesting set of icons that you can look at. These are all a bunch of T's here, right? So, but if you move the cursor over, it'll tell you exactly what they are. This T right here is to bold the text. This one is to italics. This one here makes every letter capital. Watch. Look at that. There you go. They're all capital. This one right here makes every letter small caps, but except for the first letter of each word. So in other words, let's go ahead and click and let me show you. See, the first letter of each word is capital, whereas the rest is lowercase, which is a pretty good effect. All right, and then of course, if we want to use, this is a superscript, so let's go ahead and type something else. I'm going to go ahead and click T, as in the type tool, and I'm going to type in, well, what's the most famous superscript and subscript? Let's go ahead and type in H2O. All righty. Now, if I was to highlight the two, and let's go ahead, before we do that, let's go ahead and change the color to a nice aqua blue. There we go, color of water. Now, if I was to highlight the two, okay, and if I select this right here, where it says superscript, watch what happens. It becomes a superscript, okay? And if I go ahead and highlight this and unhighlight that, I'll go to the next one, which is a subscript. Well, there you see, H2O now becomes a subscript. Of course, we all know that H2O is a superscript. Alrighty, and of course, if I wanted to highlight everything and click on it'll actually underline. That's a kind of a weird underline. Let's go ahead back to live your best life now, highlight that, and click on underline. As you can see, it'll underline that as well. So anyways, let's not worry about these guys here. This is a whole different lesson, and kind of don't want to overwhelm you too much, but pretty much that's how you use the character palette. Hope you enjoyed that lesson. We'll see you in the next one.